I'm Daria. I'm from Russia. Maybe a week ago, I came to Japan. I'm just traveling, exploring the world. I had some sightseeing and traveled to another cities, Kyoto, Osaka, like that. I came in Tokyo because I don't know, it's like the largest city here and it's beautiful, so I decided to start with it.
Nice. Is there anything that surprised you in Japan?
Yes, actually a lot of things. The most thing that surprised me was that usually people here follow the rules, and in Russia we usually don't. So yeah, it was the first one.
So how did you learn English?
I don't know, I was learning it at school and myself, and traveling maybe is a good way to practice it. Talking and maybe just listening to somebody talking English. I don't know, just experience.
So what countries have you traveled to before?
Oh, I was in Indonesia, Bali, Thailand, a lot of cities in Thailand like Bangkok, Pattaya, Phuket. I was in Uzbekistan, Georgia, Turkey. Yeah, a lot of cities in here. So that is all. Maybe the second one will be Indonesia, Bali, but first one Japan. Because it's very static country, very beautiful, with all huge buildings, very architecture is very good, and forests. I like Japanese forests. They are or gardens, forests and gardens, and they are very beautiful. I've never seen something like that. So because of it, because of beautiful nature and aesthetic. This is Eikaiwa.
We live in Brooklyn, New York. We've been here for 3 days now. Mm-hmm. We try to go on a different trip every year to a different country. Last year,
Costa Rica, we went to the first one.
Yeah, so we've been to Costa Rica, Germany, Spain, Denmark, and then last year around this time we went to Turkey, which was really cool. We spent about 5 days in Istanbul, which is one of the favorite places we've ever been to.
Mm-hmm. We really enjoyed Turkey, and we only went to Istanbul, but it was definitely probably the most different country we've been to. Compared to all the other places, so it was very different culturally. It was really different. The main religion was more different than anywhere we've been. So I think we learned more there.
Do you feel that prices in Japan are cheaper than in New York?
Yes, it's cheaper than New York for sure. We're still getting adjusted to the conversion rate, so it's hard to do the math in your head every time you have to buy something. But New York is very expensive.
It's way too expensive. Typically, let's see, for dinner, in New York, if you go to a nice restaurant in Brooklyn, for both of us, if we both get an entree and maybe 2 or 3 drinks, it will be easily $100, $150, depending on what you get. Here, it seems like when we've done the conversion rate, it's been closer to $60 or $70 for a comparable meal.
So it's been about half as expensive to go out to eat at restaurants.
We haven't gone to a lot of stores yet. We're going to go shopping today. So I'm not sure as far as a lot of the brand names or different things, if it's different, but I imagine it's probably a little bit cheaper here.
Yeah, and then we haven't been to a grocery store, but at a 7-Eleven for a convenience store for food, it's been a lot cheaper. The food prices are a lot cheaper.
So where do you recommend if a Japanese tourist wants to travel to New York?
Well, we live in Brooklyn, so we think that's the best borough in New York. You can go to Fort Greene, Brooklyn. It's a very pretty neighborhood where we live. There's a nice, beautiful park there. There's a lot of very good restaurants.
Brooklyn is a good place to go that's less touristy, so you can get, you won't get sucked into a restaurant where you might end up paying more than you want to for not as good food. And it's more neighborhoody, so you get to see it's not as loud and not as crazy, but it is still good to go to the city, go to Central Park. Mm-hmm. Seeing Times Square is worth just seeing, but you don't want to stay there or spend too much time there. Yeah, going to the Met is a good thing to do. That's along Central Park, or the Modern Art Museum, the MoMA. It's also really cool. We went there actually a few weekends ago.
What do you do on the weekend in New York?
Oh,
We like to go. We go to the park. We have a dog, so we bring our dog to the park and we hang out there if the weather's nice. A lot of times we'll meet friends there and have a picnic, hang out, have drink some wine, and eat some food.
a lot of eating and drinking,
Yeah.
really. Going to bars sometimes during the day or at night. We try to get out during the day if the weather is nice on a Saturday. Sunday, we usually don't do anything.
Yeah.
Sunday's our day of rest. We stay in and go to the grocery store, prep for the week.
Yeah, try to go to the gym, get ready for the week, but yeah.
When we have people in town, we'll do more of the New York touristy things. We'll go to like the Brooklyn Bridge, or we'll go to one of the museums, or go see a Broadway show, but we usually save those for when people come and visit us.
Are you guys married?
Yes.
Yeah, we're married.
Yes, we're married.
Yeah.
Can I ask, how did you guys meet?
Sure. So we actually went to high school together. So we've been together since 2009. Yeah, so a long time. And we got married in 2017.
Do you remember your first impression of her?
I thought she was very pretty. I just noticed that she was very pretty. Yeah.
We knew each other before we started dating because we were at the same high school, but we were never really friends. And actually, one of my friends dated him in middle school, so I knew of him. But I didn't have as good of an impression of him. I thought he got into trouble with his group of friends. But then once I realized that wasn't the case, then we started dating. So we started dating end of high school, and we went to college together. And then we lived in separate cities after college. So I was in Atlanta, Georgia for 3 years, and he was in Washington, D.C. for a year. And then we ended up moving to Brooklyn afterwards. Because we knew each other for so long, I think we kind of grew up together, which was nice.
We met when we were in high school, so we were still
just
kids.
children,
And then
yeah.
so we kind of grew up together, matured together.
Which helps
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
the changes happen together, not separately.
Yeah.
We knew what to expect.
Yeah.
How did you get engaged?
We were in our hometown where we both grew up at, and there's this bridge that kind of overlooks the city. It's like a very pretty view. I had the ring for a couple months at that point. I was kind of hiding it from her so she didn't find it.
I knew he had it.
And then it was raining that night. I knew that I was going to do it this day. I had to do it that day just because of timing worked out. But it wasn't a very nice day. It was raining, so we were driving. We were going out to dinner, I think, and I just said, "Oh, look at this pretty view. We should go outside and take a look at it."
Take a walk. And I
Take a
said,
walk.
that's weird. Why would
Because
we
it's
want to walk
raining.
when it's raining outside? So I kind of knew at some point he was going to do something, but I just let him go with it. So then he got down on one knee and proposed in the rain. He had an umbrella, though.
And we had an umbrella.
Yeah, and that's how it happened.
Is there anything you want to try in Japan during your trip?
I want to try as much food as possible. I like food, so I just want to try all the different stuff. We've had Japanese curry so far. We've had some ramen. We've had sushi.
We had pancakes this morning.
We had Japanese pancakes. So just food. And we're going to sing karaoke tonight.
Which we
So,
love karaoke.
we
We
love
sing
karaoke.
karaoke a lot.
Oh, we do that on the weekends.
on the weekends
in New York. Yeah.
in New York. So
Karaoke.
we're really happy. We're excited to sing
Yeah.
karaoke.
Yeah.
That's what I'm most excited about, I think, on this trip.
Yeah.
This is Eikaiwa.
Hi, my name is Paloma.
Awesome. So where are you from?
I'm from LA, but I live in New York. This is my third trip to Japan, but I got here a week ago. I came to do a fashion show for a brand called Marni. So for work, for fashion. I came a little bit early and stayed a little bit late. I brought my best friend so that we could enjoy some more of Japan.
Awesome. So you've been here for 1 week.
Yes.
What did you do?
I've done so much stuff. A lot of shopping, a lot of eating. We went to this beautiful home that was owned by, I think, a prince, but it's like very European influence, so it's almost like a villa in Milan. I forgot the name. Lots of shopping, did karaoke last night, walking around, eating.
Awesome. So did you buy anything? And what did you buy?
I bought so much stuff. I like vintage, so I bought, shout out Layla, Tokyo. I got an amazing Alaya sweater, a First, a dead stock Stone Island jacket, a lot of like menswear and kind of like workwear stuff. Yesterday I went and got incense. Today I want to go to like an authentic Japanese like kitchenware place, and some stationery. What else have I got? Some shoes, some sneakers. I went to a place called Tento, which has a bunch of vintage yoji. I've tried to keep it as Japanese as possible. I think that for the brands that are from Japan, that it felt a little less expensive, like Yoji and Comb. But I think that when you buy brands that are like local to the country, they're going to be a little bit less expensive than they would be in the US. I noticed that the things that are really cheap in the US are really expensive here. So like the things that are produced in the US or a US brand, whether it be like Champion or, you know, a college sweatshirt or something like that, was like very expensive here. So
I see. Also, is there anything that surprised you in Japan?
This is my third trip, and this is the first trip I ever had sushi. So that's kind of surprising. There was a lot. There's a lot of things I observed. I noticed that I don't see a lot of people running in the street, exercising in the street. I noticed that there's no homelessness. Obviously cleanliness. Also that I don't see that many like disabled people. And yeah, politeness, and that everyone in Japan really takes their time to do things thoroughly.
Washington, D.C.
We are from the USA. We got married last year.
Yeah.
So we
an
came
extended-
as a honeymoon kind of trip
Yeah.
to Japan. We arrived 36 hours ago in Tokyo.
How do you like Japan?
We
my
love
gosh.
Japan.
It's beautiful. It's so clean. Everyone's so friendly. We love it so far. And your food is unbelievable. We had ramen at Ippudo in
Roppongi.
yesterday, and it's so good.
Yeah, and fish from Tsukiji Fish Market.
Yeah.
Oh, so what did you do yesterday?
So yesterday we explored Roppongi Hills area a little bit, and then we went to the Mori Art Museum, which we loved. And then what did we do in the afternoon?
We painted in the park.
Yes.
She's an artist. I was surprised by how all of the signs are also in English, so it makes it easy for Americans to travel.
Yeah. I was surprised by that too.
Yeah.
Way more than I thought. So we're gonna go to Kyoto on Tuesday and spend 2 days there, go to Nara for 1 day, and then I'm so excited, we're gonna go skiing in Niseko for about a week, and then we'll come back to Tokyo and fly back home, which I'm sure we'll be very, very sad to leave.
So how did you guys meet?
At a Christmas party. We had some friends that were hosting it, and I asked him to dance.
I think I liked her first, but she was the first to say something.
Yeah. I am a junior interior designer, and we design the interiors of people's homes, so I'm more on the residential side rather than offices and commercial. So.
And I'm a lawyer, work for the government in the US.
So, what's your annual salary?
There's usually a range for my position that's anywhere from about $60,000 to like $85,000, just depending on your experience level. So that's usually the range for my position.
$120,000. There used to be pensions for people, including my father was in the military, and so they had pensions. But now, very few places have any pension. And so you have to pay your own You have to make your own pension by, they call it 401k or a retirement plan or a fund that you create yourself. And so a lot of people, wish that there were still pensions like in the old days.
Some companies will match what you put into your retirement account a year. It's a generous thing, but not every company does. I would say that's the minority of companies that do that, but it's something that you can negotiate when you get a job.
I try to do the stocks, but I don't know much about the stocks. So I follow the S&P 500, which is the big index fund. This is A Kaiwa. Oh.
No, just A Kaiwa.
A Kaiwa.
A Kaiwa.
Okay, I'll do it again.
This
is A Kaiwa.
My name is Audrey. I'm a gardener. I'm from Philadelphia in the United States. If you go to Philadelphia, I would recommend, it's the birthplace of America. It was the original capital of the United States before Washington, D.C. became the capital. So I recommend going to see the Liberty Bell, which is the biggest highlight in the city. Also, City Hall is very beautiful. There's a lot of older buildings in Philadelphia. My favorite thing to do is to walk along the Schuylkill River, which runs through the city. And you can walk and bike and picnic along the river. There's also a lot of good food in the downtown area. Reading Terminal Market has lots of vendors. And if you happen to come when the Phillies are playing, it's fun to go to a baseball game. I arrived in Japan on Wednesday night. So I've only been here for about 2 days.
So, what brought you to Japan?
I've never been here, and I've heard wonderful things about the country, especially the big cities, Tokyo, Osaka. So I had some time off and decided to spend 2 weeks in Japan. I did a good amount of research on where to go, the sights to see, how to get around, a little bit about the history to prepare myself for this trip. The day before yesterday, I was in Shinjuku. I walked around, did some shopping. I did a free walking tour at night and saw the Golden Guy and the Red Light District. Yesterday I went to Ginza and the fish market, which was really great. I ate some good street food, and I went to the Yamaha Cafe for an afternoon beverage, and I think that was about it. I did go to Roppongi Hills and went to the top of the tower there for a nighttime view. I went to, what is it called? Tokyo Hands, and bought some stationery. And then I did go to Uniqlo, because I love Uniqlo, and bought a few things, pieces of clothing. We don't have as much, stock. There's more here for sure, so it's nice to visit the ones in Japan.
Is there anything that surprised you in Japan?
The infrastructure is really surprising. It's so big, and the buildings are very tall, very big, so I think that was my most surprising part, just the scale of the city. Well, the language barrier is definitely probably the biggest culture shock, just because I don't unfortunately speak any Japanese. I learned a few phrases before coming here. So just ordering in restaurants and navigating that has been probably the hardest for me. But other than that, I think it's a very easy city, Tokyo especially, to get around. I'm not sure, I still haven't been elsewhere, but yeah, the language would be the biggest cultural shock.
What do you want to try in Japan?
Well, I really want to go. I haven't been to an izakaya restaurant yet to try the food and the drinks. I am going to an onsen, so I'm very excited to try that. And just more sightseeing. It's really fun to just walk around and just take it all in. This is Aikawa.
My name is Nikki. I arrived last Saturday, so it'll be a week and 2 days that I've been here total, yeah. I came with my best friend Paloma. She was here modeling for Marnie, and she knows how much I love this country. I haven't been here in 11 years, and I got to come with her.
How do you like Japan?
It's my favorite place in the world. It's so beautiful. Like the food, the people, the culture, the kawaii. I just love it.
So, is there anything that surprised you in Japan?
Honestly, seeing people put water on their dog pee, like every time their dog, someone just did it right now, their dog peed and then they poured water on it. Like, that's so clean. I have a dog, I would never, but I respect it. That's amazing. What a beautiful country.
Where are you from?
Oh, I'm from Los Angeles, but I live in New York. I recommend, I mean, obviously I think that there's like the touristy things that you have to see, like Times Square and the museums and all of that, but I think also just like going to like, just all the parks are really beautiful there. Like there's Central Park, but there's, you know, Prospect Park in Brooklyn, and I think Brooklyn's really beautiful and a lot of people don't really go there when they're visiting. And yeah, I think there's just like amazing restaurants, and I love the East Village and the West Village and downtown. Yeah.
What countries have you traveled to other than Japan?
I've been to Greece, France. I guess I've been to London. That was a long time ago. I've been to Mexico, Costa Rica. I think that's it. Oh, I was born in Iran, so I've been there. I like Greece. That's my like second favorite country. They have amazing food, also amazing people, and just the islands there are just so beautiful, like, and the architecture as well. I also love the architecture here. Unfortunately, we're leaving tomorrow, but today our plan was to kind of take it easy. This is our first time ever going to a park, shockingly. And we want to go take like the Pirakiri pictures, you know, like the photo booth pictures. I'm saying the name wrong. It's not that. It's you know, like the cute kawaii photo booth, Purikira. And you know, we did a lot of clothing shopping, and now we want to do more like books and home things and just more like local Japan stuff and not so much like the vintage stuff, because honestly you could get all that in America.
実践的な英会話を短期間で効率よく身につけたい方は、いろんなアメリカ人の生の英会話を学ぶのが一番です。英会話教材 This is 英会話では、アメリカ人約150人の生の英会話を紹介しています。概要欄に紹介していますので、ぜひ見てください。それでは次回をお楽しみに。